and we wanted to just share a few things with you. We had people travel from across Canada and Washington State, and it was a great time. So we were welcomed by a video by Michael Ellison, and we thought we might be able to show it to you tonight, but we've been unable to make up the technology contact. But he kind of started the program off, welcome from sunny Scottsdale, and it was pouring rain in Vancouver. I think Dr. Wolfe thought that maybe it was the time of Noah again, so we all got a good laugh, but he gave a great introduction to where we are in Trivita. And so that's how we began. So our first guest tonight is Dr. Don Peterson from Red Deer, Alberta. And that's not him, that's me. And if we could go to the next slide, Garth, there we are. I've known Don for a long time. He's a great guy. He's a chiropractor, has a very successful business, traveled all the way from Red Deer, Alberta, just to attend this. And so, Don, I'm glad that you're taking the time tonight to be with us. So I have two questions for you, Don. The first question was, what did you learn from Dr. Wolfe on the MyoHealth product?
Well, Barry, thank you very much for inviting me on to the seminar. I've got quite a bit of feedback here on my phone, but I'm going to try to carry on the best I can. Can you hear me, Barry?
Yes, you can. Go ahead.
All right. Well, the thing that I learned from Dr. Wolfe was that essential amino acids are absolutely essential. I think I knew something about that, but when he explained it to me, it was really done in a very efficacious way, in a way that I could understand. I was amazed at how patient he was with my dumb questions. And a very gracious gentleman. So I really appreciated that. I was particularly interested to discover that essential amino acids don't really challenge your kidneys, that they're so well absorbed into the muscles that in fact it's not an issue for people with renal failure. So that was really exciting for me. And I have some relatives that are vegan, and getting essential amino acids for those people is a pretty big challenge. And he explained how MyoHealth is the cat's meow for those people. So we've been promoting it that way for sure.
Well, Don, you said that when you came, you came with many questions. Did you have all your questions answered by Dr. Wolfe?
Oh, yeah. I didn't come to the seminar just to visit with Dr. Wolfe, Barry. Quite frankly, I liked hanging out with you and Garth. I like the enthusiasm that you two generate. And I've come to understand that enthusiasm is the yeast that raises the dough. And I'm into bread making. So I really enjoyed that. But he answered all of my questions very, very graciously.
Second question I have for you, thank you, Don, is what are your plans now? How are you going to promote MyoHealth in your practice and in your area?
Well, it's very easy to promote it in my practice because I look after quite a large group of geriatric people. And of course, they're showing aging issues and strength issues. And so this is a very easy product to use. It's user-friendly. And because of the promotion that Trivita has put on, it makes it economical as well. So we get an opportunity to try it and see how it works. And then I've got a good number of athletes who are interested in better performance. So it's a very easy thing to promote.
So you will keep us posted on any exciting stories from the athletes, because the stories are pouring into the company, and the more stories we have, the best, correct?
Yeah, for sure. And I have my own store, Barry. So
tell us your own story.
Yeah, I have a hunting bow that pulls pretty heavy, and I've always pulled a hunting bow. And this last summer, I was shooting targets with my grandchildren and discovered that the old man isn't quite up to what he used to be. And so my bow maintains its same pulling weight, and I was changing. So I gave myself 30 days to use the MyoHealth. And I didn't do any upper body exercise particularly. I just carried on with my ordinary life. And at the end of 30 days, I was able to pull that bow very easily. So I was quite convinced.
Thank you, Don. Thank you, Don, and keep promoting the product and keep us informed of the stories, correct?
Happy to, Barry.
Thank you, Don.
Yeah.
Our second guest, Ryan and Jennifer Walter. I should tell you, too, that at the event, what we did, we had a special invitation for a special dinner with Dr. Wolfe on the Friday night with about 15 leaders. Went over very well. He was very patient, as Don said, answering all the questions, so that was part of the event as well. Our second guest are people that we are really falling in love with, Ryan and Jennifer Walter. Some of you may have heard Ryan before, very much with us as we begin this new time in Trivina. Ryan was 15 years in the National Hockey League. He was the youngest captain ever in the history of the league. He has a Stanley Cup ring, which I have had on my finger, but he made me give it back to him. He's written a book, and also Ryan, you can see some of his other achievements there. He's called one of the best speakers in Canada. But and he's written a book called Hungry. But some of you who've been around a long time remember the 1980 U.S. Olympic team that beat Russia. I remember it well. Well, when they did the film of that, it was filmed actually in Vancouver, and the referee in that film was Ryan Walter. So Ryan and Jennifer are great people, and I'm going to ask Ryan to just take a couple of minutes to share with us how he felt about interviewing Ryan. What we did was Garth put them on the stage, and Ryan interviewed, and he did a wonderful job. In fact, Ryan, on the way back to the airport, Dr. Wolfe said to me, that's probably the best interviewer that's ever interviewed me. So you are in a very, very unique league. So Ryan, just take a few minutes and share with us your impression of interviewing him, how you felt, and anything you'd like us to know.
Yeah, thank you, Barry. And Dr. Wolfe was amazing. It was awesome. You and Garth set Jenny and I up for breakfast with Dr. Wolfe with Bob in the morning. And so we really got to know him a little bit. And he's just a wonderful, down-to-earth guy. I think what really intrigued me about the interview, Barry, was that MyoHealth, and especially sort of the idea of increasing essential amino acids in our body is not just for lifting weights, right? I think there's an idea out there that strength, you want to get stronger, and one of the keys to aging gracefully is to stay strong. People struggle when they obviously fall, or they're not feeling that they're strong. So, Dr. Wolfe really answered all of our questions in that area. I a little bit, like the group, that after when we got together, was amazed at how much Dr. Bob knew. I mean, he is an expert in this area, and he was really on that morning. I loved learning about that, essential amino acids are something that are not part of your body. You can't grow them internally. You have to get them through food or through supplement. And this is where the EAA has to come from. And so MyoHealth is a brilliant product that can help us increase protein in our body. But I have a bit of a, Barry, I have a bit of a, I call her my home doctor. And my wife, Jenny, is really into this stuff. And she had great questions. Some of the questions that I asked Dr. Wolfe actually came from Jen. And so behind the scenes, she was the one asking all the important questions, especially, how could this product help ladies? So that was great, and really enjoyed our time with Bob, and would love to do it again.
Well, I'm sure that this is just the beginning of some pretty exciting times with Dr. Wolfe and you. And we all know that Jenny is the strength behind the Walter team. these two travel together. Ryan is a much in demand speaker. We are highly fortunate to have him involved as we launch this whole new program, and he did an incredible job. And so, Jennifer, I think you're there, and the question I have for you is what do you have any plans? I know Ryan has mentioned the possibility of taking this into the athletic world. What are your plans from the Walter perspective of sharing the MyoHealth story and product?
Well, it's such an easy product to share because it's so amazing, and so I'm actually sipping it right now as we speak. And one of the big things that I find is it's so cross-generational. We've introduced my parents and Ryan's parents to MyoHealth, but our son Ben's a professional hockey player, and we're sending over to Austria the product and the amazing books of Dr. Wolfe also. So I love what John Peterson said, that it's easy to share because it's such an amazing product. So I'm doing things like writing a blog post about it. I had the Wolfe event up on my Facebook page, and people have asked me about that. We've got the interview that we've put up now on our YouTube channel, and I actually just took a little homemade interview of Ryan and interviewing Dr. Wolfe, and it's so easy for me to say to people, as Ryan just interviewed this man and he was amazing. So I was very excited about just ideas running through my mind of how many people in the hockey world and our friends too are going to be able to benefit so much from MyoHealth.
Well, thank you very much. I know you had to change plans to be with us for the interview, and we cannot thank both of you enough for your time. People, we took a questionnaire at the end of the seminar, and Ryan and Dr. Wolfe scored a perfect 10 on everybody. There was not one criticism. So don't let that go to your head, Ryan, but people really appreciated you. So thank you very much for taking the time tonight.
Thanks, Barry.
Our third guest, I'm not sure whether she is on the phone. Heather, are you there?
Yes, I am, Barry.
Oh, good. Well, we had this lovely lady fly all the way from Peterborough, Ontario, and for our American friends, that's close to Toronto. And Heather is quite a lady. She is a certified professional consultant on aging, group benefits, and business development. And when she arrived, she handed me a magazine that we're going to subscribe to. I've already sent a copy to Michael, and it's called Your Workplace. It has a circulation of about 339,000. Phenomenal magazine. We may even advertise in it. But on the front cover, it said, chronic illness is making your business sick. With nearly half of the Canadian population, and that's probably American too, reporting chronic mental and physical health conditions, solutions must be put in place before employees go broke. Rather dynamic statement. And at the top of this magazine, there's a statement, are adaptogens in the new wellness buzzword? And they are, and of course, that's our adaptogen product. So I've asked Heather just to give her a few comments on the importance of MyoHealth. She sees what's happening in society. She's very connected politically. She knows what's happening in the wellness business because that's her business as well in the insurance. So Heather, just take a few minutes and share with us your impression of Dr. Wolfe and anything you want to add to encourage us.
Thank you very much, Barry. I appreciate this time to share about Canada specifically and my trip. As we know, coast to coast, we have a very large country, but a colleague of mine, we made the journey out west. It was probably one of the best investments I've made in a long time to come to Vancouver and hear Dr. Wolfe and be interviewed by Ryan and just be around wonderful people, informed people. There's no doubt in my mind that Dr. Wolfe, he's an excellent communicator. He is very transparent. He's a great role model. The whole basis of MyoHealth is based on science and good data. And that came over across all the time. And we need that sort of science in order to produce our products and send it out there and for people to believe in it, and it actually works. It's not a myth. It's not something mental. It actually works. And Ryan's absolutely right that we need muscle, and we need these essential amino acids help us build stronger muscles and build muscle mass, and therefore reduce the problems of muscle atrophy and disease that goes with it. We in Canada are having a real challenge with having a wellness model here. That's what we need. We've had a wellness model for a number of years, and we're moving towards Allison, CEO, his vision of wellness, and it's based on science. And then Dr. Wolfe, his vision, and MyoHealth is based on science. And then there's GLB with Barry Borthistle and Garth. They're providing leadership, real leadership, role models, and their vision as well is about wellness. So we have this continuity, and then it's up to us to tell our friends, send the message out. And in my work, I see it a lot. I work with companies and business owners, and employees are struggling with chronic illness and increased stress. And then it costs business owners more money to deliver and provide services and benefits. And it's challenging, but I believe this product is the answer to North America and for many other countries as we move forward.
Thank you, Heather. Those are very, very powerful words. And I should say, let you know that Heather also is an RN, and she is married to a medical doctor. His name is Hans, a wonderful man. And Hans, I know he's not on the line, but he would certainly endorse a product like this as an MD, would he not, Heather?
Yes, he would. Yes, he would. Yeah. He's not home right now, or he would say a couple of words, but he's still got laryngitis, so he can't do that. But we are very pleased that this product, that's MyoHealth, the key is that it's clinical studies, and there were about 24 actually done by Dr. Wolfe. So he has done his homework and done it over a period of time. He's dedicated his life to research and science, and no one can catch us. How do you like that? No one can catch us.
Very, very powerful words. Heather, thank you very, very much. Really
thank you very much, Barry, for the opportunity.
Great words. Our last guest is an ITBO from the Vancouver area. And Peter and Stephanie Schimmeler were with us at the soft launch opening of Trivita way back in 1999. Correct, Peter?
Yes, yeah. We were there July 12th.
Come a long way. Well, Peter has a rather amazing story that I want him to share with you tonight. Before I introduce him, ask him a couple of questions, we want to make very, very clear that we are not making any claims. MyoHealth does not cure anything. None of the Trivita products cure anything. That's the medical doctor's area. But what we are in is preventing disease, helping the body to react to good nutrition. So I want to make that very, very clear. Well, Peter and Stephanie, unfortunately, cannot be with us tonight. She also is an RN, and they gave a very powerful dual presentation of Peter's story on the first field event with Dr. Wolfe in Vancouver. And on October the 4th, Peter had an amazing report from two
And so I've been doing a lot of different things, diet, lifestyle, exercise, although I could have done more of that. And I've taken my what they call A1C from quite a high level to now normal. So on October 4th, I had two doctors, a clinic and my family doctor, and they both said to me, said, because I was asking to do a A1C test, why are you doing that? You're not diabetic. So my family doctor actually phoned the next day and he says, I can't believe it, because the number of people who deal with type 2 diabetes and get from a dangerous level to a non-diabetic level, it's pretty rare. It's not common. So he was pretty.
When were you told you had type 2 diabetes, Peter?
2014.
2014. Now you say in your written statement, and you make it very clear, that MyoHealth did not cure type 2 diabetes, but it's in conjunction with other things. Share with us what those other things are.
Okay, well, what happens is when you have diabetes, you have to be testing your blood. You have A1C, which is an average over 3 months. You get tested for that. But what you normally do is you test your blood 2-3 times a day. And in the beginning, my swings were anywhere from, these numbers don't mean anything, but to give you some idea, about 4 points, like from 7 to about 11, they would swing back and forth. And it's kind of, that's where the danger is. But anyways, since taking MyoHealth, my blood sugar swings daily are down to just under 1 or just over 1, which is,
wow,
it's pretty good.
Fantastic.
It's very,
you also state here, my overall recovery is based on changes in improved diet, increased activity, lifestyle changes, and recently adding MyoHealth. Now I have one more question for you. You told me that you are, how old are you now, Peter?
70.
Well, Ruth said that you and Stephanie are looking the best she has seen you in many years. And you told me that you were going to attempt to go up the gross grind. Now, for those of you that don't know what that is, I did it about 10 years ago when I was much younger. And it is a mountain in the Vancouver area that's straight uphill. And it is unbelievable to do it. So, Peter, have you set a date to do that?
Well, I was going to do it like in the next couple of weeks, just to get a baseline of time and how much effort it would take. And unfortunately, the weather has been kind of iffy. So I'm doing other things, walking and that. So I'm getting like prepared, but I'm going to be doing it probably starting next spring, twice a month. But something else
twice a month. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you keep us informed, because take some pictures. We want to make a hero out of you. Thank you, Peter, for a very, very exciting story.
Can I?
Before I turn,
whoops.
Go ahead.
Can I add one thing? And I think it's so important. Anyone taking MyoHealth, like the challenge in that, should try to come up with some way of measuring. For me, it was going up steps. I had real pain in my arms from straining, and I've overcome that. I can go one set of stairs would be not a challenge, but I'd have to make an effort. Now I can go up 70 to 100 stairs and not even have to think about it. So it's
amazing. Amazing. Great story, Peter. Thank you. Okay. Before I turn it over to Garth to close it, he's got a couple of very, very exciting announcements to make for you. On the slide, as you can see, Trivita, this is my opinion, Trivita, in my opinion, has given us all the tools that we need to be highly successful. When you consider our incredible products, clinically backed, many of them, the Vitality Planner, the monthly catalog, Mayo Clinic doctors, the Wellness Center, now the Wellness Channel, media and TV, which Garth is going to comment, we really do have an incredible opportunity. However, I know that I'm the old school, and I'll admit it, but technology I use. But however, Dr. Phil says something very, very, very important. If you build a relationship with an individual or a group by recognizing them and teaching them to value themselves as an individual or as a group, they will follow you anywhere. And that's what we want to do. And let me give you one quick story, and then Garth will close it. Laurie Obi in Bangor, Maine, and I have made some DVDs of the interview with Marcus and Dr. Wolfe, and our first TV infomercial. And if you want a couple, email me and I'll give them to you free of charge. I sent several to Laurie Obi. And Laurie had a home MyoHealth meeting. She invited, they had 10 show up. Showed the program. You don't have to do too much work. Let Dr. Wolfe do the talking. The end result was 8 out of 10, as I understand it, ordered the product. Now, I don't think, folks, that would have happened if she had told these 10 people, just go to the computer and look at the interview. It could have. I can't prove that. Now she's having another party along with Terry Connolly, and they expect 20 people. The point is building a relationship. People will follow you anywhere. Sorry for my voice tonight a little bit, but I've been talking so much I've lost it. So I'm going to turn it over to Garth, who will wrap it up with a couple of exciting comments. This call is recorded. We'll be in Team GLB back office. And Garth, you wrap it up for us. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Barry, and thank you all the guests. I love this product. I've liked a lot of products and thought a lot of products were cool, but I'm in love with the product if you can actually do that. I've had a personal story too. I won't go into it, but the stories that you just heard tonight and more that we heard at the meeting are just so convincing that we have something extremely valuable here. So just to put our business hats on for a second as we close this call, we're starting to get lots more people interested, reinterested again on what's the latest on the comp plan, on the marketing, and co-op, that kind of thing. So 2 weeks from tonight, Thursday, November 16th, we're going to have another webinar specifically on all the business aspects of it. If you read Michael's CEO report and other announcements he has sent out, they are extremely happy with the James Robinson and Dr. Wolfe TV show that is out in the market. If you haven't seen the numbers, so out of every 10 orders that they're getting from this show, 6 are brand new customers. 3 are actually old Trivita customers, probably in your databases. So an old customer is someone who has not ordered in the last 13 months. And then one of those customers, and then the last one of the group of 10 is from people who have been active in the last 13 months, and it reminds them to order another Trivita product. So the numbers are great, and the new co-op names are actually growing day by day. And so Michael has challenged us to double down on whatever we're doing in media and in co-op, to double it. If you're doing 1 to qualify, do 2 or do 5, because the names are coming in, they're real, they're buying product. We know that this product is a long-term use product, so we're expecting very good results from that. So there's a lot more co-op design programs and things coming, and in the next couple of weeks we'll gather all those and we'll cover those on the 16th as well. So it's really just a teaser for the 16th, and I guess Barry, thank you for the call. Thank you for pulling that together. That was extremely motivational. teamglb.com. I'll get this recording out so you can send it out to everyone. Thanks again, everyone. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon.
MyoHealth to all of you. Bye now.